of Edmonton-Calder, followed by Calgary-Glenmore.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Since the Infrastructure Minister presented an update on school construction around the province, school boards have come forward claiming the information on nearly a dozen schools is inaccurate. After defending this report for 3 days, the government is now saying this misinformation is the fault of a couple of typos. To the Minister of Infrastructure, how can you claim that almost a dozen inaccurate dates are simply misprints?
Honourable Minister of Infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, I know of one specific case in Red Deer where in one instance a school board has asked that a school project be delayed so that they can have consultation with local communities to make sure that the school is a facility that the entire community can use, Mr. Speaker. We'll listen to the local authority, and instead of that school being ready by 2016, it will be ready in 2017. In another case, Mr. Speaker, we made a mistake and said that construction would start in December of 2016, or 2015, when in fact construction has actually already started.
Thank you. First supplemental.
Empty fields. Given that, based on what school boards are reporting, there are at least 11 mistakes that this PC government is attributing to typos. And given that these 11 delayed schools means families once again have to bear the burden of your incompetence, will the government admit that it has failed Alberta families, students and teachers by once again over-promising and under-delivering?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the member just went from 12 to 11, and if he has 11 examples, I'd be more than happy to look into every single one of them, Mr. Speaker, because the fact remains, we want to be very open and transparent about this process, so if there's a mistake, we will look at it, Mr. Speaker. We'll update it so that every single Alberta parent out there can take a look at their project, know when it's going to be ready, so they can plan their lives accordingly, Mr. Speaker. This is critically important for us. We take it very seriously, Mr. Speaker, and 102 schools will be opening in 2016 as commended.
Final supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll hold you to that, Minister. Given that yesterday the Education Minister said that construction is a big word by implying a lot of different things are part of construction. What else do you mean by construction? Stapling news releases together? Constructing sentences inflating your own record on school construction? Constructing a narrative to get yourself re-elected? Or is it anything besides building a school?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what construction does mean is when you award a contract, Mr. Speaker, the specific general contractor has to do a few things. First of which, Mr. Speaker, is make sure that their subcontractors are all lined up. That's a very important piece, Mr. Speaker. The second thing, Mr. Speaker, which is critically important, is to make sure the ground is actually thawed so they can start construction, Mr. Speaker. Pretty important point. That's something that is critical so that there are not additional costs to make sure that you have heating and so on when you're pouring a foundation. These are all very important parts, very important pieces.